Sonia with Artsy Solutions, and welcome to week 24 of using up scraps. And this week I just took some scraps and some paper clips and I stitched together this little ensemble of like little holders. You can use them for photo holders or whatever. Just you can clip on anything you like. For example, you just simply paper clip it on, you know, and voila. And then yeah, it has these little paper clips, and I just stitched some fabric. I did a little collaging and took some scraps and die cuts from previous projects. So this right here is a pocket, and I just put in this little flat pin, and I have a tag that I made from a previous project, and it also has a pocket in this little tag right here too. And this opens up, but it doesn't really serve much of a purpose other than just for looks. But you could actually put something in here, like a journal or something, you know, just to kind of cover up the spot or use the spot. I have to tie this back up in a minute. Okay, and then this opens up like this, and then you just have a little area right here. And is this a tuck spot? Yeah, this is a tuck spot right here. And then you can just journal right here. And this opens up, and it's a pocket. And there's another similar tag to the one that I had earlier. This opens up, and then you have some journaling spots here and here, and then you have a journal spot here. This is like a tag. It's a pocket tag, and then you know, you just put this tag inside this tag. And then this closes back up, and then you can flip it around. Let me put these back in here. I apologize for the thunder outside. So this flips over, and then you've got a pocket here, and then you have another pocket. So these come out, and I added this little flower as an afterthought. So I didn't show me adding this to it in the process video, but yeah, I added that later on afterwards, after the project was done. And then here's a little booklet. It's just a little mini journal. Yeah. So, but yeah, so let me just show you how I made it. Okay, so I have some scrap papers, I've got some scrap fabric, some twine, paper clips. So we're just gonna make something. I'm gonna take some paper clips, and I want to try to create somewhat like a banner, like a little mini banner. And I'm going to put that banner onto a pocket. So I'm just going to take some twine and a paper clip. Let me zoom in so you can kind of see what I'm doing with a paper clip. I'm just going to feed the twine through the paper clip. And I'm just gonna tie a knot in it. And this is just, I'm gonna tie the knot at the top of the paper clip. And I'm gonna leave like an overhang. So I'll leave some of this string up, because the goal is to make a few of these and then stitch them across onto something, or put them onto some paper and then stitch something across to hold it in place. So I'm gonna cut this, do the same thing to these. Just gonna tie a knot in it, and you can choose any color twine that you want. And the end that I'm putting this twine through of the paper clip It's like the small end, or the top of the small end of the paper clip up here. I'm feeding it through there, and then just tying a little knot. And you can make it however many paper clips you want, like 4 or 5 or however, depending on how wide of the paper that you're making or that it's going to fit onto. So now that I have these, I'm just going to tie another knot of the 2 of them together to make the knot super strong or secure. So I want to make sure it isn't going anywhere. Okay. And then by doing that, it's going to help keep these together. It's going to keep these 2 pieces of twine together instead of wide, you know. So I'm going to double tie these again, each one. Okay, so now I've got all of them together. So let me zoom in just a little so you can kind of see what they look like. Then I'm just going to take some scrap paper, and I'm going to glue these on here with about probably a 1/2 inch distance apart from each other, roughly. So the best way for me to do it is just to put like a bead of glue where I want these at. Okay. Now when I put these on here, I want to make sure that the knot is like right flush with the bottom. Not up through here, but like right in here. So I want to make sure that this knot is straight so that when we put the paper clip, when we go to use the paper clip, it'll do right. So make sure that it's turned like this. So let me re-glue this on here. You want to make sure that to where this little small piece is in the back. The small piece of the paper clip is on the back, so that it'll, when you put something in there, it goes down like so. So that this part's in the front and this little small part is in the back. Okay, and then to secure it, I'm just going to cut another piece of scrap paper to place over top of it. I'm just going to use some white paper, and this scrap piece of paper that I just happened to use is, let's see, 1.5 inches thick. So I'm just going to cut another piece of paper that's 1.5 inches thick. It's going to cover it. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue. I'm just going to add glue over top of each of the paper clip, the strings from the paper clip. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I'm going to come back through and I'm going to stitch this onto something. So I don't want too much glue on the area that I'm going to stitch. I'm just going to line this up. Let me back up so you can see. I'm just going to make sure the paper clip, the papers are lined up. just adjust it if I need to. I might put a little bit of glue like right here just to kind of hold this in place. And then I'll just put a little bit of glue here, kind of hold it in place. Okay, and then I'm just going to cut this excess paper. I'm going to try to cut it straight, I guess, if you can. And then I'm just going to take some fabric. I'm just going to tear some. And then I'm going to place it onto some paper. And I want to find a decent sized piece of scrap paper. Something that matches. And then I'm just gonna add a little bit of glue in the middle of this little unit. Put some glue right there. And then I'm just gonna put some fabric over top of it. And the fabric is longer than the actual, than this entire unit. And I'm going to be stitching this onto some. I think I want to add this to some more fabric. So I've got some scrap fabric here that I'm just going to cut a piece off. I like that torn edge. I love it. And so I'm going to stitch this on, but I think I'm going to make a collage. Piece of paper. Okay, so I've gotten it sewn together. like so far. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back on it. And I'm going to add this. I'm going to make like a pocket. So I think I'm going to trim this down around the edges just a little bit. I was going to try to tear it, but it doesn't seem to want to budge. So I guess I'll cut it. Okay, so this right here measures approximately 7.5 inches wide. So I've got a 12 by 12 piece of paper with very pretty images on it. And I'm debating on if I'm going to use this or not for the pocket. Yeah, I will. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this at like 8 inches wide. I think I'll put this in the center. This is going to connect. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have this connect. So before I add this, I'm going to stitch this one. So I'm just going to take a piece of this fabric and I'm going to cut something like a hinge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add glue to both of these. And then I'm just going to add, and line this back up, and I'm going to add this to it in the center. And then I'm going to stitch it. Okay, so now we have a hinge. And I'm just going to cut the excess. I should probably turn it like this on the back side and cut it. And it's pretty secure, so when you fold it over, it's pretty tough. So now I know this is using up scraps, but I'm using and creating scraps. So I found a piece of paper that I think this would look good on and collaged onto here. So I want to keep this part showing, or at least a good portion of it showing. So I'm just going to line this up against this edge, hold it down, and then I'm just going to fold this over so I know where to cut it at. And then I'm just going to fold this up. So now I'm just going to cut it down here and across. Okay, so I think I'm going to take a little bit more off of this. So I'm just going to cut it to where it's just below these circles. Yeah, I think that's better. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this on. And this is going to be a pocket. Just going to glue these sides and down here. And this art glitter glue works wonders on fabric, much to my surprise. So I'm creating my pocket. Just going to set this one here in the center and let that dry. And then I'm going to glue this onto here. I think in the center. I'll put it in the center, yeah. I'm going to glue, yeah. So. So this is on here pretty well. And so I have like a little flip. And now I need to do something with this on the inside. And I think I'll just take a piece of this reverse paper and then I'm just going to put it on top of here. And I'm going to try to measure it out. And then I'm just going to glue this on. And I think I'm just going to add a little bit of washi tape to it, just to kind of give it some more character and to kind of seal this in. And I'm going to use some of this homemade washi tape that I made in a previous video. I think I'll use a piece of it here. I think I'll turn it sideways. And I like that it's transparent. So you can still see the design on the bottom as well as on top of whatever you're covering up. I made that using some napkins and my Creative Station, my Xyron Creative Station. So, and then I think I may just add another little piece. I have a bigger one. Okay, so that's what I have so far. And then I have some things that I cut out previously from other projects. I think I'll put this here. I'm going to actually make it into a tuck spot. And then I have some words and sentiments in here. I like this word, shine. I like this. I think I'm going to make this into a pocket. And then I think I'll make these into a tuck spot. But I'm going to distress the edges first. I want to use some of this walnut stain distress oxide ink. Well, not oxide ink, but just distress ink. Okay, so this is going to be a pocket, but I want to make it open up. So I need a back page for this. So I'm going to stitch on, let's see, I'm trying to think of what I want to show. I think I want this to show. I'm going to cut that picture out. I'm also going to cut a 1" or a 1/2" hinge. So I could basically just take a piece of this leftover paper here and use it for the hinge. I'm going to glue half of it. I want to score it first. Okay, so I'm going to glue part of this onto this hinge. And then I'm going to glue the other side. Onto it. Okay. And now I'm going to stitch this on. But first let me cut around it. Let me cut around the edge. Okay, so since this is a pocket, I think I'm going to punch like a little hole or like a little dip at the top to show where the pocket begins. Hope I don't mess it up doing that. I think that'll work. Then I'm just going to cover it with some of this walnut stain ink. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this on. I'm going to glue the hinge on. But what I want to try to do is line it up with where this is in the center. So I'm going to center it as best I can. But I want it centered with this right here. So I may have to slide it up just a tad, like to right there. And then I'm just going to glue it down. And so there's a pocket here. There's a pocket, and then this flips open. So now I need something to kind of cover up this right here. And I think I will use, I don't know, I'll come back to that in a minute. I could use this. I don't know, I'll come back to that in a minute. But what I want to do is I want to create some type of, not pocket, but like closure here. So what I'm going to do is I want to take my Sizzix Big Kick, and I'm going to use the Ornaments guy by Tim Holtz. I think this Ornaments. No, this is Barak, however you pronounce it. This is one right here. It could look better on the two ends. So I'm going to die cut this out. And I'm just going to take this out. I want to cut this in half. I may fold it in half so I can know specifically where the half mark is. I'm just going to cut this in half. So let me cut. I think I'm going to be using this smaller book plate right here. Just enough to I cut those two shapes out. Let's see if it's going to cut it out twice. It should. Yes, it did. It cut it out. And I'm just going to take these. I'm going to score at about a 1/2 inch mark. Okay, and so now I'm just going to come in through and cut that off. I folded it over and I'm just going to come through and cut it off. Alright, so now I have a little hinge where this can come up. So I'm going to go ahead and glue it on. I'm going to do this the same way. And then I'm just going to put this book plate on here. And now I need something to connect these two together. Okay, so I'm just going to try to find the center. I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. I'm going to take my crocodile. I'm going to punch a hole in the middle. And then I'm just going to take some of this elastic cording and I'm going to go ahead and stick it down in there. And I want to take an eyelet, push it down in there. And then I'm just going to seal it together. So that's in there. And then I'm going to do the same thing. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave enough string to where it can tie when put together, you know what I mean? Like, basically it's going to be the length, twice the length of each other. And so I'm just going to go ahead and punch a hole in this one. Let me clear this out. And then I'm going to also feed this through. Okay, so we've got that, and I'm just going to cut some of this excess off. And I'm just going to cut this in the center. And I'm just going to tie it. And we have that. We have like a little closure right here. And so now we just simply need something in the middle to cover this up and to reinforce this. Okay, so now I need something to go in here. I'm just gonna gather some papers and scraps, and I'm just gonna stitch some stuff together. Okay, so I stitched a few things, like a few tags or whatever, and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna kind of garnish them and kind of garnish this little folio. So this is a double-sided tag. I'm just going to keep it really simple. So I'm probably just going to add a butterfly sticker on this one down here at the bottom. And I think I'll add a little butterfly at the top as well on this other side. Well, you can't really see it, so I'll leave this side blank, because that's kind of busy. And then I have this little tag. It could use something else on it. And I'm just going to collage this on. I'm just going to tear it. And then add this. I have various pieces of paper from just bits and pieces from different collections, paper collections. So I think I'll put a butterfly in the center. Here, that'll work. I think I'll do the same thing on this one. I found one that's small and similar. Okay, and then I think this page needs something. I think I'll put some butterflies in here. And that kind of ties those together. I'm just going to keep it kind of simple. I think I'll add this. This is also a pocket. This tag is also like a pocket. But I'm just going to put this in here so that we have that. And I think I'll just stick this in here. I'm gonna flip this over, and then I need something for here. So I'm just gonna create like a tuck spot. And I've just got some scrap packaging paper. I'm just gonna double this up. I'm just going to cut the sides. Let me get my ruler. And I may be able to just tear it. No, I can't. It's a little too thick. But what I'm going to do is create marks where I want to cut it at. what do you know, I was actually able to cut part of it just by doing that. Okay. And I think I'm going to cut this down kind of low. I wonder if this will fit. Yeah, this will fit. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of, I like the torn look, so I'm just going to tear it going across. And I'm going to paste this together. This is really thin. And I'm just going to distress these edges. And then I think I'm going to put like another piece of, I need like another color to kind of give this a backdrop. Okay, so I found a little piece and I'm actually just going to glue this onto here. Well, no, because I want to have two pockets, maybe. Yeah, I want to have like double pockets. I'm just going to fold this over, and this is where I'm going to cut it. So then I'm just going to tear this just to kind of give it that distressed, broken, torn edge kind of look to it. And I'm going to distress these edges as well. So I'm going to put the green down first. I'm going to use art glitter glue on that one. And then I'm just going to add some glue to this one. I need a sticker or something right here. think I'll put this back here. I'll keep this back here. And I need a small tag for in here. And I need something in here. And then I need to find something to put in here. And in here. Okay, so I found some stuff to go in here. I think I'll put this one. So I'll put that one there. Maybe this one here. Well, I do need something in here too, so. Yeah, I'll put this here. Maybe put this little ink pen in here with it. This little flat pen. I think I'll put this little tag in here. I made these from previous projects, but it's just to show what you can put in here. You know. Guess I'll put this here. I think it looks better. Yeah, I'll leave it like this. And then I'm going to need some stuff to go on these little paper clips. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some, I have some pink paper, and I'm just going to cut them down really small to about 2 inches. So I'm just going to make these 2 by 2.5. Or, yeah. Or 2 by 3 actually. I think that's what I'll do. 2 by 3. I think that's long enough. And basically they're just gonna, the purpose that they're gonna serve is just to show that you can put something on a paper clip. You can just clip on whatever you need. It's thundering outside, so that's really what you hear in the background. In case you do hear it, that's what that is. And I'm sliding each one of these over just so that you can see that there are 4 different paper clips. So that's basically it. And then, like I said, you can add anything to it that you like. I might just add this pink paper on here. Nah. But yeah, this is basically it. So I hope that this using up scraps was helpful, and it gives you an idea of what else you can do with your paper clips and string and just your scraps or whatever. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos, my blog, my social media sites. And pretty much, thanks for watching.